I edited a yearbook entry and never told anyone about it. This happened during my last year of high school, and I've never told anyone about it. I was part of the yearbook committee and we had this tradition where seniors would write short texts about each graduating student. Most of them were sweet or funny, but I noticed one entry that really bothered me. There was this guy in our year who wasn't part of the popular crowd and had been bullied throughout high school. Yes, he was a bit weird, but he was never mean. Someone had written what looked like a nice tribute to him on the surface, but it was full of cruel undertones. They made subtle digs about his crush, mocked his outfits, style, and included other mean-spirited jokes that only made sense if you knew the context of how he'd been treated. The submission was anonymous, but I could tell from the email address it came from one kid that always tried to make jokes to be popular. It just felt so cruel to me. Like a final last kick while he was down before graduation. So, I changed it. I didn't rewrite the whole thing, just edited out the mean parts and made it neutral and kind. I was careful not to make it overly glowing since that would have seemed suspicious, but I made sure there was nothing hurtful hidden in there. When the yearbooks came out, no one questioned the text, and as far as I know, the guy never knew how close he came to being publicly humiliated one last time. I never told him what I did and I never told anyone else on the committee. Honestly, I'm not sorry about what I did even though I wasn't allowed to change the submissions. Everyone deserves to have their high school years end on a decent note. I still think about it sometimes and wonder how he's doing now. Edit. Maybe to clarify something. I know this is not a horrible confession, but I felt the need to share it with someone. I know I officially did something against the school rules, which was not legally right, but like I said, I don't feel bad about that. I wanted to share this here because, honestly, it's easier to tell strangers on the internet than people I actually know. It happened over a decade ago, and bringing it up in real life would just be awkward for me to the people I know today. Like, hey, there was a kid at my school you've never heard of. Well, here's this thing I did back then. Plus I didn't keep in touch with anyone from those days. I was one of those shy kiddos who liked to fly under the radar. I'm expecting my first kid and that has especially got me thinking a lot about how kids treat each other. I already knew back then that it was wrong how this guy was treated, because it wasn't his fault to be different from others. He was quite nice, just socially pretty awkward and didn't fit into the group dynamics of our year. I'm not proud of never saying something in person and only having the guts to do something when I could hide myself in a group and then escape to college. Edit 2. And thanks for all the kind words and awards. I'm happy I decided to share this story. The comments have been interesting to read. So many of you opened up about your own rough times at school and it's kind of sad how many people have these memories.